It is time for me to take a look at the atheist movement. After all, atheism is unstoppable, and I spend every second of my day thinking about the non-existent God and how I am an atheist. I'm a thing that I'm not. So I'm going to use a word. We are in such a heteronormative or Christian normative world that I have to address myself, think of myself, label myself as a thing that I am not. Because so many of you guys are. Okay. So I don't think about this all the time. It is incredibly boring. I spent as much time thinking about the truth claims of Jesus Christ, his resurrection, immortality, heaven, God, all of that mumbo-jumbo bullshit as I do about, Lord of the Rings or the Egyptian gods, or I just saw Hercules on Broadway, not Broadway, London. I saw the musical the other day. It was, not great, but it's a good movie, and, I appreciate it, but I don't think Hades is real. I don't think Hera and Thor, Hercules, all that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't spend time thinking about it. But this is Alex O'Connor, and he is a new generation of atheist. And I have a large audience. I have tens of people that listen to me. He has 1.76 thousand. No, that's an M. That's that million? He has 1.7 million subscribers? Okay, I've told you guys that accents do a lot. They do a lot of heavy lifting. This is true for Sargon. This is true for Chris Hitchens. He had an amplifier effect because he was actually smart and he had an accent. I don't have an accent. I'm a British citizen. Okay, I could show you my passport. I have 1,000 years of Britishness in my nephew has a thick British accent. I was just with him up in Durham. My niece speaks like she's Posh Spice. Okay, I don't. Okay, I speak like I'm from LA. I say like a lot. I say bro and dude. I say domination. I come up with stupid shit like that because I'm just a Cali boy. All right, so it doesn't sound like I speak with gravitas, even though what I say is actually incredible. You could run it through a filter and just like hear it back with an accent, and then I'd have 1 million fucking subs. No, but this guy, Alex, is pretty bright. He's, I don't know, Oxford or Cambridge or something, He is an educated young man who is interested in theology. Now, I would venture to say a little bit too interested in theology, as in he's read the Bible back to front multiple times. It's interesting, he'll discuss the bullshit claims in a very in-depth way. So the historicity of Jesus, which is total horseshit. Okay, it's total horseshit, and most people are just exhausted by trying to explain reality to grown-ass adults. But like, the claims about Jesus came 100 years after his death. So-called death. Okay, so it is total hearsay, and there is no reason to believe that there is a single human being called Jesus. Okay, forget the claims. Forget the supernatural magic bullshit. The fact that the guy even existed, it's all myth. It is all mythology. It is copy and pasted from 10 other myths that follow the exact same pattern, the same story. You just swapped out a name. Okay, so it's a weird proxy battle to be fighting whether or not there was a human being that lived to be 33, as if that would establish anything. But please understand, there is a piss poor case that there even was a guy. Okay, so there's many other stories where the guy is totally fictional. Achilles. Did they make a movie? Didn't Brad Pitt play Achilles? He's not a real guy. Okay, no, but Devin, there was a warrior during ancient times who was known to have gone by the name. No! Okay, you guys are desperate. It is so try-hard. It is such bullshit. Anyway, this guy's made a ton of content. He has an accent. He is vigorous about it. He cares about it. He's animated about it. Now he makes money with it, obviously. So he's sort of, this is his life. He posted a troubling video the other day, I will say. And it was... Wait, did he change the title? He changed the title. That motherfucker changed the title. The title was, Am I About to Be Christian? He now changed it to How Alex Connor Became a, quote, grifter. Hold on, champ. See that? See that? Do you see the thumbnail? Hold on. Did you see the thumbnail? It says Christian? Question mark? Yeah. The title was, Am I About to Be a Christian? Now, hearing this guy sit atop his 1.7, 2 million, speaking at Oxford in a fucking tuxedo. So you want me to wear a bow tie? Do you want me to put on an accent and put on a bow tie and say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am not from California and I'm here to tell you there is no God? Is it that much? Does it go down the throat that much easier? Maybe it does. People don't like my tone. All right, well, this has been very revealing for me. But okay, this guy, he has a way of telling you that there is no God that is sort of delicious. But he is being accused of, well, look, he has said some things that were favorable to Christianity in a kind of way, which is a little bit alarming if you're the fucking emperor of atheism with 2 million people that you're talking to. But let's hear.
I did.
Okay, let's hear what he said. This is Alex. He's got a mustache. I question it. I do question that choice. But let's see what he's got an Eddie Munster kind of vibe. Okay.
Right, can everybody just
He's kind of like a British Nick Fuentes, atheist.
chill out a little bit, please? Alex O'Connor just admitted it. Christianity might actually be true. He debated...
Right, so this is indicative of the fact that as a spokesperson for atheism, if you say what you say will matter, and if you concede ground to Christianity, it will be noteworthy, and they will prey upon it.
Christians for years, then admitted this about Jesus. Did Alex O'Connor convert to Christianity?
And it's interesting because there's Macaulay Culkin. I don't know, neither here nor there. Home Alone. He was talking to Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is like a diehard Christian type of guy. And when you talk to people, there's an impulse and a gravity, a tendency to want to relate to them, connect with them, be friendly with them, be agreeable. And so if a guy is like, here's my Overton window, I'm like a total hardcore Christian, and I believe everything, literally. So then he might be induced to say something, that will be received well by his heavily Christian guest. Maybe that's what happened. But let's hear what he said, and it's not really what he said that troubles me. It kind of is, actually. It's what he says after. He says a couple wildly troubling things, and, as an old school rep of atheism, like, internet meets atheism. Okay, yeah, I'll throw my hat in on that. I do have severe criticism of what he is talking about now.
Alex O'Connor is no longer an atheist? Alex O'Connor, no longer an atheist. Here's why. Alex O'Connor, no longer an atheist.
32 views.
Here's why. Part 2. Alex O'Connor just admitted this about Christianity.
And here's what he said right here. This is a actual paraphrasing. More plausible than I thought. So it depends on the context of that statement. So like, he is speaking up from a guy in his like mid-20s, and he's reflecting on the fact that when he was a teenager, he was less smart. Okay, well, I'm speaking as a guy north of my mid-20s, and I'm saying that you're dumb now. Okay, your mid-20s thought that you were dumb at 17 is also dumb. But okay, Christianity is more plausible than I thought. He never really gets into it, which is interesting. So it's more just the statement. This is his summary of it.
Did Alex O'Connor change his mind about Christianity? Are you ready to die, cosmic skeptic?
Oh my God. That's a real person? First of all, he looks gay. It's weird as hell. His facial expression, this backdrop. I mean, where do you even find that footage? The hair is ridiculous, but the color choice. Imagine owning a t-shirt in that color. Like, the whole thing screams gay. Not that there's anything right with that.
Okay, that one actually sounds a bit like a threat, but I'm sure it's driving at the same thing. Okay, so what happened? Something super significant must have gone down to cause all of this ruckus. Well, I'll tell you. I recently had a conversation with Bear Grylls in which he asked me where my study of Christianity and theology has led me, and I told him, wait for it.
Oh God, I'm worried and I'm concerned. Go ahead.
That I think Christianity is more plausibly true than the new atheists do, and than I did when I was a teenager.
Okay. Well, that is dumb and wrong. And you could get into that, as in why? Why do you think it's more plausible? Plausible, not possible. It's a plausibility. Huh? So we're talking about there are orders of magnitude of a chance that this is all real? What part of this are we even talking about? So I mean, it's so vague, it's so broad. Christianity is more plausible than the new atheists made it out to be. Now, maybe it's because he has had his head up a Bible or, has read all these passages and it just has soaked into his skin. And he's just like surrounded by the iconography and the symbolism. And it's just, oh my God, I've read every story over and over again. I talk to Christians all day and night. It's worn me down. It's kind of had an impact on me. Or it was that you didn't even know what you were thinking or saying when you were a teenager and didn't even understand what the new atheists were saying. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's what some people are suggesting. You're doing what a rom-com does or a sitcom, which is will they or won't they? It's like X-Files, Mulder and Scully. I combined them together. But this is the point. Would they combine together? Would they fuck? Will they or won't they? Ooh, well, that is intriguing. Like, we'll stay tuned, find out. And this is what this guy's doing. I'm on a journey. I'm evolving. Christianity is plausible. It's more plausible than I thought. It's more plausible than what those new atheists were saying. So he's dangling out. He's edging the world. He's edging his 2 million subscribers. Oh my God, this guy, when this guy is alone taking a shit on the toilet, what is he thinking about? Oh my God, it's the event horizon of the human condition. He is a thought leader. He has an accent. It's incredible. What will he think of next? Maybe he will change his mind on Christianity. He says it's plausible. Well, he's not saying it's plausible. He's saying it's more plausible. I mean, what degree of plausibility do you think? And by the way, what are we even talking about? Christianity? So let's get to the root of it. No one's denying that there's a Bible, that there are people writing stupid shit, that there are a bunch of stories. We get that. The New Testament is plausible. The Old Testament, Deuteronomy. What are we talking about specifically? Big picture, are you saying there's a God? After all this shit, all this noise, all this folklore, and, obvious stupid lies, you're telling me there's a God at the end of that? Or Jesus is God? Or Jesus died and came back to life? Is that what you're saying? Like, what part of this are you claiming is plausible? That he died for our sins? That vicarious redemption is a thing? That we were born with sin? Like, what aspect to any of this gargantuan bullshit are you even hinting at is plausible? None of it is. None of it is. It is an absurdity from beginning to end. Okay, when you're talking about the truth claims of it. So it's really not an exaggeration to say the whole thing is an embarrassing, cringy lie. Okay, all of it. And it should not be invested in as a human being with nobility, with honor, and with integrity. You should not be spending your life investing in a fucking lie to help you cope, to be a crutch, to hold your hand as you try to deal with your existence. Okay, that is the truth. Now, this guy's got this smug look on his face, and he's about to tell us, well, look, I'm just so nuanced. And, I mean, God, I'm so important that I just say one sentence and the whole world freaks out.
Can you believe it?
But you've had such a journey, and you've met so many amazing people, and you've debated so many different angles and things.
Yeah.
Where's it led you to?
It's led me to, well, I used to be quite on board with the new atheism.
And this is, you see this all the time, and it's such a weak bullshit fucking thing. And it tells you why these people were followers and they didn't know what the new atheist movement was about. You guys weren't ready to confront religion for the first time in the public square, in a digital public square that was amplified to the entire world. You weren't ready to take on those arguments. You were a listener. Okay, you watched that happen. All right, so it was people like me. I consider myself the lead. No, I was watching it too, but I was partaking in my way. The point is, you see these scumbags now try to turn their back on the new atheist movement. Why? It's like the Dothraki. They're dead. They're dead or not interested in talking about it. Sam Harris doesn't want to be the trademark for the new atheist. He doesn't go around going, I'm an atheist who wants to talk about atheism. He's on to like 100 other topics. He got up in the height of the new atheist movement and said, hey, all you atheists, you're probably not going to like to hear this. We shouldn't be a thing. We should not care about our atheism. We should care about rationality and reason. We should shoot down dogmatism where it pops up. But us as a new tribe, us as a new group, it's like this quasi-inverse religion thing. Like, no. Stop trying to, like, sell merch that you're an atheist. Like, it's cringe. Like, don't do it. And his point was wise. But it's like the Dothraki in that if you are not a leader, if you're not on the horse, if you do not have muscles, the people will not respect you. They will say, well, that Dothraki guy is sort of, it's over, man. I think he got hurt in battle, and now he's like in a tent, and he's sick and dying. He's no leader. I can't get behind that. How am I supposed to follow that guy? He's not even out there flexing and like showing his macho-ness. When was the last time Chris Hitchens debated a guy? When was the last time he gave out a hitch slap? He doesn't? Oh, he's not on Bill Maher anymore? What happened to that guy? Where'd he go? Daniel Dennett is like Santa Claus, and he shows up at a mall during Christmas, and like, aside from that, where is he? And who else is there? Sam Harris? Oh, right, he's doing meditation apps, he's like raising family, he's like not that interested in this. Okay. And Richard Dawkins is like 90 years old, and is like a scientist, and he's done the circuit of debates, and like, what, do you want him to beat a dead horse again? The Richard Dawkins Live Tour 2026. The horse must be beaten some more. Like, what are we doing? And so, therefore, there is no leader of the Dothraki. The Dothraki are over. The new atheist movement is no more. And I hear Christian people, they're on my timeline, they're barking, they're animated. Oh my God, maybe are the Christians making a comeback? Holy shit. I like the goodness sauce. They're selling goodness sauce. Can I have some? I mean, Hitchens isn't telling me otherwise. Sam Harris isn't. Sam Harris is a Democrat too, so he's, fuck that, right? Am I right? Yeah, he's wrong. He's wrong about politics, right? For reasons I can't get into it. I won't get into it. I couldn't get into it if I tried. But if he's wrong about that, maybe he's wrong about religion. You know, I can't really explain how or why. But look, there's no leadership. The atheist movement, it's rudderless. It's just gone into the dirt. Okay, because they're too smart and have other things to occupy their lives with. They're not going to sit there and, okay, let me hold your hand. Here in Leviticus, it's a little bit bullshit. You know, no one wants to do this. Okay, so in the absence of these four horsemen, they're not horsemaninging. And so, okay, what are we to do? I guess let's just leave the whole thing. Yeah, I used to be into the new atheist thing. And you've heard this from Dave Rubin, Joe Rogan, Constantine Kissing, this douche, just a multitude of fucking morons take this as like the marching order and go, yeah, you know what, those guys were kind of, but they don't really have anything to say. It's just, I'm not into it as much. They're not viral. They're not on my timeline. You know, where are you, Chris Hitchens? Why have you forsaken us? Why have you abandoned us? And it's just like, it's such weak bullshit. Like, you never were a part of the movement in the first place. You were just listening to a Dothraki leader, a guy that exhibited strength and intelligence, and you were like, ooh, he's a man and he's smart. And then, well, now what about, do you remember that man who was smart, who said those smart things, who was a man? Yeah, but that was a long time ago, and there's new men who are speaking to me, and I think that they have points. Oh, really? Do you now? Oh, interesting, you little lemming bitch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And for them to come out and be like, I'm not into the new atheist thing anymore. And then I wait and I'm like, okay, wait, what happened? What happened that made you do this switcheroo? Aside from you just being a bitch and wanting to be a part of a larger group. Because by all means, there are more deluded Christian idiots out there than atheists. So is that it? Are you willing to admit that? Anyway, let's hear what he has to say. Why no more likey? The new atheists
stuff. I've spoken about this a lot on my show.
What does that mean?
You know, like the sort of Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens.
Right. The one who died and the one who's in retirement.
Yeah. It was really popular. The
debate. Popularity is a factor here. Popularity is the issue. Interesting.
Debates that they were doing. They called
the debates, right? Well, they did 100 of them. But I guess you want just perpetual debates to reassure you that your four daddies, the four daddies of the non-apocalypse, are still your daddies, little Alex. Oh, Alex, little boy, shave that mustache.
Called it New Atheism.
Yeah.
And it was this body of like atheist thought with the God delusion and this kind of stuff, which was really popular. And it had this sort of...
Yeah, God is not great. It was really popular. Who cares? Like, what? He is referencing popularity. He said it twice in the last 10 seconds, as if that is a barometer, as if that's something to factor in. If something is popular, I should value it, is the premise. That's what he is trying to get to you, which is fucking crazy. And if you're going to be the speaker of the atheist movement, you know what else is popular? Jackass? Christianity and religious thought. Okay, stupidity is popular. Conspiracy theories are popular. Okay, so this notion that popularity should be your North Star in this is fucking crazy.
Quite strident, debate me, bro, kind
They were not debate me bros, okay? That's more like you.
of attitude. And I was really swept up by that.
They had formal debates where they wore suits and were like in Oxford, okay? With moderators and like television crews. This is not a debate me bro culture, sorry.
I thought that was really exciting and cool. And
Coolness and excitement and popularity. So we're listening to a guy go, as a teenager, I thought something was cool and exciting and popular. Well, you know what? When I don't even know how old I was. I think it was in elementary school. There was something called the Garbage Pail Kids. And they were a series of cards, and they had little cartoon things on them. And I think it came with a stick of gum. And we would collect them, and we'd look at them. And that was basically it. We thought that was cool, and it was popular. It was the Garbage Pail Kids collecting cards. And but now that I'm older and I look back to my younger years, I realize that I'm not as into Garbage Pail Kids anymore. I don't find them cool or popular anymore. But when I liked them, when I was into them, it was because they were cool and they were very popular. Oh, okay. So your allegiance and your attachment and understanding of the New Atheist movement is that it was cool and popular. And I like debates. Oh, okay. Well, fascinating. That seems shallow and perversely stupid.
And I was beginning to sort of shake that off and
Shake that off.
grow up a bit.
I grew up. He grew up. He grew up into being a deluded fucking peasant of thought. I grew up. I grew out of it. I shook it off. I grew a mustache. And, I was like, God, what was that about even? Like, I'm so much further beyond it. So a serious debate about the existence of God and refuting the religious claims of the past several thousand years, that was a childish endeavor for you? The fuck? What are you talking about? It's such a stupid narrative to try to paint this in. I grew up and out of it. Oh, did you now? Oh, you're so mature now.
Essentially. And then running the podcast, what I've realized is this is far more interesting and intricate. And I would say plausible than I'd given it credit for before.
Ridiculous. Interesting and intricate. So, in other words, he has dove so far into the minutia of biblical bullshit. And like, here's an argument for the existence based on the cosmological argument. And here's like, he's listened to all of the apologetics, and he is so up his ass with this stuff that he calls it intricate and interesting. But then plausible? How'd you get to plausibility? No, yeah, it's involved. You and I can go study the Torah and the Talmud, or go into any religion and dive into the intricacies of the bullshit. Yes, it is an involved myth. There's a lot of lore that does not in any way speak to the plausibility of any of it. So let's zoom back, big picture. This is all total bullshit. There is no God. So there's no magic, there's no God. It's insane. This is all insane. It's also sad and unfortunate and not necessary, considering that we don't know everything. We live in a wildly entertaining universe that you could call cool and popular. It is interesting and intricate. Okay, nature, the universe, the human brain, humanity, human culture, that's just on this planet. Okay, the second, if you doubt, or if you are seeking to be a part of a larger story than what, I don't know, like you're not satisfied with the humdrum of just being alive, go talk to an astronomer. Go talk to someone who understands the magnitude of space. Go talk to a statistician, somebody who's into math, or what this douche would say, maths. They will tell you about the probability of other life forms existing, about the age of the universe, about the implications of what that holds. I mean, We talk about AI and where that's going to go in 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I mean, wow. And we're sitting here talking about the Romans crucified a guy, but then people lost track of his body. Oh, I think he rose from the dead and he's the son of a god. What the fuck? This is seriously what we're going to occupy our brains with and talk about? And he goes, I just think it's more plausible. Oh, I've grown up. You've never been to a Bible study class? It's so, God, when I was a child, watching Christopher Hitchens. I would watch him debate. I thought it was cool and popular, but then I grew a mustache, and now I see the plausibility of Christianity. Hey Alex, give me one sentence that would steer a smart individual such as myself into believing the plausibility of a single claim from Christianity. A single fucking claim.
So, I'm still not a Christian. Not true.
I'm still not a Christian. As in, I am on the path. That's like saying I'm not a Christian yet. I'm still not a Christian. If I said to you, look, when I was a child, I was very straight. I was straight as an arrow. I just thought that was how you're supposed to be. And I really wasn't interested in men sexually. I would never think of it. Now that I've grown up, I've sort of shed all that. I've sort of gotten past that way of thinking. I've grown a mustache. And now I see the plausibility of the case for being gay. Like I'm still not gay. But I do see the argument for it. I do understand where they're coming from. Imagine that. They'd be like, dude, you're fucking gay. Straight up, you're gay. And to say I'm not gay yet, I'm not a Christian yet, I'm still not a Christian? This is the fucking leader of the atheist movement? Oh, and he's not, by the way. I mean, he's about to go into an atheist versus agnostic thing, which irks me to no end and is like immediately disqualifying as a person to take seriously. But it's such a backward, walking back, cowardly, bitch-made move. He's about to call himself an agnostic.
Not even plausible, but just more plausible than I thought when I was a teenager. And
so now he's trying to walk back what he's saying. No, you're talking to Bear Grylls, who is a completely deluded idiot, and you were trying to make that daddy happy. So, do you have a dad, by the way? Because the four atheist non-daddies of the non-daddy apocalypse, they left you. Okay, they died and are like retired and gone. So now you're looking for a new daddy. Maybe it's Bear Grylls. And now you're saying, no, I just said it was more plausible than previously. So what percentage are we at? A lot of atheists like to talk about, where are we at here? 99%? 99% that it's not plausible? Before I thought it was 100, now I'm at 99. Is that where we're at? Like, why don't you quantify it? Because you said, I'm still not a Christian. As in, eventually, there will be a time where I might be a Christian. Like, that's on the board. That's on the table. I mean, that's a fucking ridiculous thing. And now he's like, whoa, people are reacting because I said I'm still not a Christian? You're never going to hear me say I'm still not a Christian. I'm not a Christian yet. I'm not a gay yet.
There's actually a clip of this moment which went out on my second YouTube channel that caused all of these responses. I mean, can you believe it? A non-believer in God, like me, is willing to attribute more plausibility to Christianity than someone like Richard Dawkins or Christopher Hitchens, or indeed his own teenage self.
Okay, that's so dumb. I love how he talks about his teenage years, like these were the lost years. These are the formative years. Like now he's post that. I mean, like, dude, okay, you're like a few months older than being a teenager, but okay. I believe it was Richard Dawkins who talked about a scale of certainty, and he is more than happy if you want to talk about, look, no one knows anything for sure. This is why everyone is agnostic on some level, and it's just a red herring and it's just a distraction. But he is incredibly certain that he doesn't believe in anything. I noticed that he just called himself a non-believer. As a non-believer in God, in Christianity, that's called an atheist. Okay? Why are we shying away from the term atheist? He finds the word atheist too strong. It's too bold a stance. He is distancing himself, just like Neil deGrasse Tyson does, Joe Rogan. There's a ton of people, Dave Rubin, obviously. All these pussy cowards, holy shit. They evolve away from it. It's like so simple. Do you believe in God? No, you're an atheist. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Okay, that's what that is. If you are afraid to mention that, that says something about you. Okay, it doesn't speak well of you.
Can you believe it? I mean, I can't think of a single explanation as to why that would be the case, except that he's secretly on the verge of some kind of grand conversion. No.
You admit that you have converted. Your thought has changed. It has evolved from being certain that Christianity was not real to now you find it more plausible. Okay, to the degree we can talk about, that is noteworthy from an atheist YouTuber with 2 million subs. Okay, why are you pretending like that's to be surprised by people reacting that, like, why are you doing this? First of all, you're not explaining why you find it more plausible. You're just saying, it's childish to be certain of anything. The new atheist is a fad to grow out of. You're just asserting that. Okay, you're not stating any particular reason. Now, your association with Christians and spending time with Christians, it's like, doth protest too much. If you're going to surround yourself in that world, in that culture, it's like if I go, hey, I hate the Baltimore Ravens. I hate them. I don't hate them. I have nothing to do with them. But I am going to spend 7 years of my life documenting the fandom of the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to interview them. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to the coach. I'm going to talk to the players. I'm going to go to the games. I'm going to have discussions about who is the better team, the Ravens or the Patriots. I'm going to take the side of the Patriots. But I'm going to listen to all the arguments. It's going to be Ravens every day, Baltimore Ravens. Holy shit, the players, the fandom, the memes. I'm going to stay just in the world of the Baltimore Ravens. And at the end of that, I'm going to come out and go, I'm not saying I'm a fan of the Baltimore Ravens, but it's plausible that I'm more of a fan of the Baltimore Ravens. Like, that's what this guy's doing. He's unaware of it, apparently. Like, this guy hasn't evolved to the point of moving past atheism or moving past debating religious morons because it's his grift or, job. I'm not blaming the guy. I mean, if he's been successful doing this, he's going to keep doing it. I mean, what else is he going to do, right? Something far less fun and rewarding. So he does this, but it's like, it's clearly had an impact on him. But now it's undermined his credibility. And like, if you're known for your argumentation and your, like, the integrity of your brain, and now your brain is telling us that you're backtracking on everything you've ever said, yeah, you're going to get called into question. And you've produced no reason why you should say something as ludicrous as Christianity is more plausible. It's not plausible at all, for like a gazillion reasons.
He's too clever for that. He would never become a Christian. It must be that he's realized Christianity is cool again, and he wants to capitalize on an increased viewership by leaning into Christianity.
Again, he references coolness. So, new atheists, I like them because they were cool. I like the Garbage Pail Kids because they were cool. Now, if there's a new cool thing, I will go to the new cool thing. So coolness is like a guiding light for this dude.
Thereby making a whole lot more money. Okay, so here's what really happened. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm quite a staunch critic of Christianity and religion and...
Right, but it's moved you and persuaded you to think that it's all real.
Theism in general. And when I was like 17 or 18 and I started making videos, I was a lot more forthright with that atheism. I thought that atheism wasn't just true, but beneficial for society. I thought...
Oh, that's a little shifting of the goalposts. Atheism is beneficial to society. So thus, we can take from that, he doesn't think society has benefited from the erosion of religion. So therefore, now we're talking about practicality. We're talking about usefulness, utility. So it's not really now about what is real, what is not real, which is what the atheists not come out and say, this is what is better for society. Abandon this institution. We must do it for the... No, that's not what those debates were about. Okay, so this is a skewing of the arguments, and it's a conflation. It's a conflation of what is better for society versus is any of this real? Two totally different things. You cannot smash those together and be like, it's real because it's better for society. No. It's not how it works.
that religion was harmful, I was really in line with the new atheists like Richard Dawkins.
Religion is harmful, and there's very well documented examples of this that the Four Horsemen explained in length for years.
And Christopher Hitchens, who influenced me greatly into a position that religion is just this utterly irrational and evil force in the world. In the past decade, I've come to see this as something...
Yes, it is. It is absolutely that, and God is not great is a perfect example of that. But you could go not just through Christianity, which is interesting that he's only talking about Christianity. He's not... I don't find Buddhism any more plausible, or Hinduism, or Islam interesting. Huh. Do you spend as much time with them? Oh, no, you don't. Interesting. Okay, and you are living in and come from a Christian society in England. Okay, that's noteworthy, I think, that you are not being influenced to be a Satanist now. It's only with Christianity. Okay, that's fun.
Something of a shallow view. I think it depends on the religion.
And, okay, it's bullshit. A shallow view, right? So again, now we're conflating another thing, which is it's irrational and evil. And he's stating that is the case. That is what the new atheist is saying. The new atheist is saying that in its entirety, on the whole, first of all, yes, it's all irrational, it's all false. Evil is a strong term. Is it good? First of all, an atheist, an actual atheist from that era, or from any sane atheist would say, well, I won't speak for any atheist, I'll speak for myself. I am saying that it is not good to believe in something that is not real. I find it to be degrading, insulting, beneath us, just not, like, it's not a good thing to not live in accordance with reality. Okay, so self-delusion, even if it has some, it's a childish position. And again, it's a one-to-one. If you talk about Santa Claus and children and parents, you say, why does a parent tell a child that Santa Claus and Christmas is a real thing? They will say, because it will make them feel good. I mean, eventually that's their answer. I know it's a lie. I'm going to tell them this lie because it will make them feel good. And they don't need to know it. They don't need to know the truth. They're on a need-to-know basis. My goal is to make my child feel good and to have a magical feeling and to feel joy. And this lie will help me get to that end. Now, as a society, as a species, I'm suggesting we should graduate from being infant toddlers being lied to make us feel good. Okay. I'm suggesting we be adults and face reality for what it is. Okay. Now, you could have compassion. You could be like, look, I understand why the parent lied to the child. I understand the impulse to want someone to feel good. I understand that life is hard and feeling good is kind of a good goal to have generally. I'm suggesting that we should have a stance that integrates honor, nobility, and integrity. Okay, I feel like this goes without saying. It's awkward for me to have to express this. But I've found that what I hold to be true, the presuppositions I have, are not actually shared with others. So, for example, when it comes to murder, I care that we actually figure out who murdered someone and punish them. I care about that. That matters to me. I have found that for many, many, many other people, they actually don't care about that. So, yeah, they may have murdered, but everyone deserves a second chance. We're not going to judge them on the worst day of their life. And also, shit happens, and like that person they killed, they're dead. And so I can't really empathize with them. I'm not seeing videos of them. They're gone. I can't help them. I can help this guy who's claiming to be innocent. And he has a family and he's in jail. We can help him. So where's my empathy supposed to go? To a dead person from 20 years ago? It's not happening. So I have no other part of my character that would prevent me from just empathizing with a murderer and believing his bullshit story. And I actually don't care if he did or didn't murder the person. I have other considerations that I care more about, like my social standing, my virtue, how others think of me. I want to be a good person. And in my estimation, a good person is someone who gets innocent people out of jail. And if you come to me and say, wait a minute, the guy you're claiming to be innocent is not innocent, that is getting in the way of my goal. My mission statement is I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel good about doing good things. And I have declared that my mission right now is to get this innocent person out of jail. The Innocence Project told me that guy's innocent. So I got to get him out because then I'm a good person. And I want to be a good person. I want to feel good about being a good person. And you coming with this freaking, wrench you're throwing into this whole system I've laid out here is so awkward. It's like, what? You have evidence and you have reasons and like you're putting together some damning case that I'm on the completely wrong side of this. Not only would that not make me feel good, that would make me feel bad. And I'd be a horrible person. This is the exact opposite of my goal. I want to be a good person. And that's why I'm getting innocent people out. So he's got to be innocent. I'm just going to tell myself he's innocent. And so when you talk to a religious person, you're up against the same blockade. The same bullshit avalanche is coming down on you. It's all a conflict of interest. I want Jesus to be the Son of God who has risen and died for our sins, because then I get to go to heaven. I get to live forever. The universe was made with me in mind. All of these things I just said make me feel good. I absolutely want all that to be true. And so if I have to believe some ancient lie that I have no rational reason to believe, I'll fuck it. Yeah, I could do that. That's easy. I believe it. And now I feel good. Okay, so this is what you're up against. And it's like, it's fascinating to me that people are seemingly unaware of the psychological underpinnings and motivations that make them even lean towards a belief system in the first place. As if there's no sales pitch here, as if there's nothing in it for them. They're clearly wanting this to be true and they're willing it into being. For themselves, not for me. Anyone else, you could clearly see what's happening here.
Tradition, because they're quite different. I think it depends on the time in history. I think it depends on the cultural context. And yeah, of course, any historian or sociologist...
This is bullshit. He is right now, again, back to his point, conflating the idea that there could be some good things with religion. Yeah, there are good things with knitting clubs. Okay, no one's talking about that. The truth claims are the truth claims. If you want to go to a totally separate conversation of, is institutionalized mass delusion and rituals, can there be benefits from that? That's a sick deviation from the topic that we're discussing, but yet we can talk about that. And I'm sure, when there's fentanyl addicts and you see them like huddled in the street and they're like being zombies. I'm not here to talk about whether or not fentanyl is good or bad for the human brain or body. It's bad. I'm here to talk about, is it good that they get together as fentanyl addicts? Is there a benefit to the community of drug addicts? Yeah, I think it's better. I mean, it's better than just them wandering the streets by themselves like a zombie and dying alone. I guess it would be better. They could have somebody to talk to, support, they could both get drugs together. They maybe could call the ambulance if one of them is overdosing. I think it's better that the fentanyl guys are together. Aha! So you're saying that fentanyl is kind of good for you. No. I'm not saying that at all, actually.
Will tell you that it's never as straightforward as I think the New Atheists made it out to be. But
Right. The New Atheist was so cut and dry. If I recall, Hitchens and Harris would get out there and go, it's all false. Mic drop. Boom. Fuck religion. Yes, religion could suck these nuts. Oh, this guy with his accent and mustache is so much more advanced than everyone else. We don't understand atheism. Please explain it to me, 23-year-old.
So on the point of God's, existence, I also think that the New Atheists didn't really give enough credence to some of the arguments for the existence of God.
They went over every fucking argument. And he's about to reference Richard Dawkins giving 2 pages to Aquinas. And it's like, people have gone into the mind-destroying minutia of going over every Christian apologetic. Okay, none of it is convincing in the slightest.
God. Richard Dawkins, for example, in The God Delusion, spends 2 pages on Thomas Aquinas' famous 5 ways. 2 pages. And
so, first of all, he's implying that you can't debunk Thomas Aquinas' 5 ways in 2 pages, as in like the premise there is you would need a novel. You would need to really give massive respect to these 5 utterances from this ancient guy. Like what? It's unimpressive completely. Okay, I did a ChatGPT on this argument for Christianity. It's like the most boring, non-compelling attempt to backdoor your way to deism ever. And it doesn't address any... First of all, I mean, you could debunk every aspect of it and chuck it out the window. You don't need 2 pages. I could do it in a haiku. I could do it in a fortune cookie. Okay, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I don't agree with your premise that you need a long-winded attempt to debunk fucking Thomas Aquinas' 5 ways bullshit. It is so nauseating that actually had an impact on you. Great. Congratulations. None of that, by the way, speaks to Jesus Christ and Christian God. So, like, again, Hitchens brought this up many times. You're wrong about deism. You're absolutely wrong about theism. And about, the idea that you're your one God that you've copy and pasted and, taken from the Jews. That's the real God. Like, no, it's oh my God, the whole concept, all of this is painful.
And I think in a way that doesn't properly deal with the significance of the arguments that Aquinas was putting forward.
So they're significant because you say so. His arguments are not significant at all. Go look it up. Go type into ChatGPT, Thomas Aquinas' arguments for the existence of God. And at the tail end of that, tell me about how plausible you think any of it is. If you guys really want me to go into that, I'll give you my take on Thomas Aquinas. Okay, it obviously is not serious or impactful in any way.
Now look, I still don't believe in God.
I still don't. Is he, does he understand English? Little boy, are you aware that when you say I still don't do something, that implies there's a connotation to what you're saying, that you eventually will. Leader of South Africa, the Communist Party down there, this short little Malema, he was asked, are you in favor of a violent revolution where you kill white people? He goes, no. I'm not saying we should go out and kill the white people of South Africa yet. He literally said that. And the interviewer goes, wait a minute, you realize why someone would think that's incredibly ominous and sketchy, that you would say that. That you're implying that you at one point will say that you should go out and kill all the white people of South Africa. And he goes, no, I can't predict the future. I'm saying I haven't said it yet.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter, they freak out. It sounds like a genocidal call.
Cry babies. Cry babies.
I'm not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now.
I can't give you a guarantee of the future, especially when things are going the way they are.
Subtext.
Especially if things are going the way they are, there will be a revolution in this country, I can tell you now.
I'm still not a Christian? That's the atheist leader of YouTube? I'm still not a Christian. Okay, buddy, but like incredible. I love that, like the gaslighting of like, are you aware of the connotation of what you're saying? Are you aware of English? Are you aware that we are smart enough to deduce that you are considering becoming a Christian? Hence your statement, I see it as way more plausible now.
Okay, like, I just don't think that it's true. But what I will say is that when I was 17 or 18 and I was swept up with this kind of material...
Right, because it was cool and popular.
I thought that all of the arguments for God's existence were complete nonsense, and that all the arguments...
They are, as are Thomas Aquinas's, as are none... Well, all of the arguments you've presented in this video, which are none, you've presented no argument as to why Christianity is plausible. So, yes, it is all irrational and total nonsense.
Against God's existence were an epitome of perfect rationality. I've now come to prefer the term agnostic.
Oh my God! I prefer the term! Okay, so talk about a pivot, I'll go over it again. For all of the old fogies out there that want to rehash this point, no one is talking about Gnosticism. Okay, no one is talking about what you know. We're talking about what you believe. The question isn't what you know. You're 22 years old who thinks a mustache is a good idea. Okay, we know you don't know anything. If you want to get technical, and these loser Christian fucks, they find solace in the fact that I can't tell you with 100-degree certainty that I am Devon Tracy. I think I am. I thought I was. That's what I thought it was yesterday. If you really want to get technical, I am certain to a degree of 99.9% that I am Devon Tracy. Or anything. Any claim from any human being, they will have to admit it comes with the caveat that this is to the best of my knowledge. I cannot say with certainty anything. Okay, everything I do is an educated guess. Highly educated. For you to say, I prefer the term agnostic. Holy fucking batshit crazy. You, sir, are an atheist. You don't believe in God. You don't know for certain anything. No one's interested. That's not an answer to anything. Okay? If I say to you, what is your favorite band? And you say, I don't know which band is the best. That's not the fucking question, you coward. What do you think? What is your opinion? What are your thoughts on this? Okay, we're not saying, what do you know? You're not a fucking authority figure here. We're not asking for your certainty and your knowingness on a topic. So you saying I'm agnostic is a complete cop-out pussy move. Okay, you are ejected from the movement. You never were part of the new atheist movement. You are the new atheist movement, and you suck at being an atheist, to the point of you're not even an atheist. You don't even claim it. As if it's like something to be avoided, as if like, oh God, it's so strident to say I don't believe in God. Hey, jackass, do you believe in God? No, you're an atheist. Okay, no, but I'm also agnostic. Great, you're also agnostic. You're also half a queer. You're also a guy with a mustache. You're also a guy with an accent. We could keep throwing on things. You saying I'm agnostic is an aversion. It's an avoidance to the topic, which is, do you believe in God? And you don't. And there's no reason to believe in God, which is why you don't believe in God. And you're like, well, I'm not sure. You're not sure? Well, let me ask you this. Are you agnostic about your atheism? Are you sure that you don't believe in God? Because you say you don't. Earlier in this video, you said, I'm a non-believer. So you are an atheist. Why are you avoiding describing yourself accurately? What is that? What the fuck is that? Are you a man? No, I'm not. I don't want to. I prefer to say I am a human. Okay, but are you a human man? Well, I have a gender. I prefer to call myself a gendered human. Okay, which gender are you? Well, it's hard. There's so many different ways to view this. I don't. Okay, you're not a man. You're not a. You are a pussy, actually, and you're not an agnostic. No one gives a fuck. No one's asking you if you're agnostic or not. What is the alternative?
What are you talking about? I don't mean, like, conclusive reason.
Are you going to name it? It sounds like you're not going to name any of them. You're just going to sort of say, there are some reasons. Some. Oh, yeah? Name one.
I don't mean that I have, like, an argument which should compel a rational person to say that God exists.
Okay, so in other words, you have no case. It's thrown out of the courtroom. Oh, okay, we're atheists. Oh, so my neighbor Max didn't kill someone. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, Max could have killed someone. I'm not saying I could present a compelling case that he killed someone. But, I mean, look, he owns knives, for example. Like, he has knives in his kitchen. And he is a man. He has muscles. He has a bicep. He could, I'm not saying this is a good reason, by the way, but I'm just saying it is a reason. He could have used his biceps, or his arm in general, to pick up one of the knives. I know he owns a knife, and he could have killed someone. Well, wait a minute. Was the person stabbed? Well, I don't even know. I'm just saying in general he could have killed someone. So wait, is there any DNA? Or do we have a knife? Like, is there any reason to think my neighbor Max killed someone? No, there is no reason. I couldn't give you a compelling reason. So what are we talking about? I don't believe he killed someone. Well, yes, you have your reasons why you don't think he killed someone, and I have some reasons why I think he might have. What? No. I don't have reasons. Okay, this is fucking retarded.
I just mean that there are, like, compelling considerations.
No, there isn't. No, there is not. It's not compelling. I am not compelled.
And look, I don't really want to go into them now. And
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Just reveal that into your 2 million subscribers that I think there are some compelling things that should make you think that Jesus and Christianity is all real. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just telling you that that's where I'm stand. And now I want to go into my shock and dismay that people would be sort of taken aback by that. Like, wow, I thought you were an atheist. Apparently you're not. You're just an agnostic. You're a cunt. You're just a cunt.
don't have time exactly, but that's not even the point, because all this video is a clip from a podcast in which, by the way, Bear Grylls just asks me, where has this led you? And I say, what, since the beginning of my career? I mean, I think it's more plausible than I did when I was a teenager.
Utterly fucking scandalous and pathetic. So yes, your daddy Bear Grylls, who you had a nice conversation with, treated you well, nice guy, great accent, great life story, super Christian. He says, son, what is your debates and what has it all brought you? And you said something that pleased your daddy in that moment. Incredible. It's more plausible. You don't want to talk about it. You're not going to get into it because there's nothing to get into. It's not plausible in the fucking slightest. Okay? At all. Okay, any of you jackasses out there that think that you have a point, write it in the comments. And let's see if I'm compelled by it. Explain to me, as a sober adult grown-up, what the fuck you're talking about. It's all babble. It is all nonsense. But David, the word babble, you got that from the Tower of Babel, which is in Babylon. That's a biblical story. You're giving credence to the Bible even by saying the word babble. Okay, fuck your Babel, fuck your Bible, fuck this atheist, agnostic cunt. Okay, I eject you from the atheist race. You are gone. Okay, fuck your accent, fuck Harry Potter. Not all. Just fuck Slytherin and Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. No, keep Gryffindor. What's the other one? Ravenclaw. Knew it. Utterly crazy. Atheism is unstoppable. Fuck agnostics. You guys wake up and smell the coffee. There's a lot of other more interesting conversations to have. Okay, you can still you are a part of something bigger than yourself. And that is majestic and awesome. Literally awesome. Okay, so what the fuck are you doing? Platforming and fueling and resuscitating the nonsense of ancient man. What are you doing? Okay, wake up. God damn, pathetic. Anyway, just my thoughts. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm agnostic about my Gnosticism. Fucking crazy. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.